All right, so I know I'm late, but I gotta talk about this "we're done with the 90s" trend because everything about it is so funny to me. And I hate watching everyone miss the irony of the outrage and the takes on the other side, right? What old heads have failed to realize this whole time is my generation and younger have been hearing y'all discredit our stars our entire lives. For example, the biggest show that talks about basketball features 2.5 Hall of Famers. Well, 3.5 if you count Ernie Johnson, but he's not a basketball. Y'all know what I mean. Who hate the modern game. So pregame, halftime, and postgame of the biggest games of the season, we have to hear them talk down on our legends all the time for over a decade. And now that the rabbit got the guns, how dare you discredit that shit don't feel so good now, does it? For all of y'all that aren't familiar with the "we're done with the 90s" shred, so apparently the Gen Z kids, which I guess technically I'm a part of, I'm born late 90s, so we don't, depends on who you ask. If you're born post in that 96 to 98 range, you're either a really young millennial or really old Gen Zer. I don't know yet. Consult your nearest Google. But basically, the Gen Zers have found the 90s basketball games on YouTube and are watching them, are like, nah, these are the people y'all keep trying to tell me are better than my GOATs. Get the fuck out of here. And after hearing y'all discredit our legends our whole life, naturally, the response is going to be, well, fuck y'all too. Y'all playing against plumbers. Hearing y'all talk about the 90s like it's Greek mythology, completely forgetting that Google exists, we can go back and watch all of your heroes, and to be honest, 99% of them are not that impressive. This vaunted 90s defense that y'all keep talking about, you're not talking about actual defensive skill, getting in a stance and moving side to side. You're talking about hard fouls. You weren't stopping our legends because y'all are so good at defense, with the exception of like Dennis Rodman and Scottie Pippen. You're stopping them because you were going to punch them in the face. Now, which one sounds easier to learn? Kyrie Irving's layup package or punching somebody in the face when they're not expecting it. And most of these hard foul artists aren't even going to be able to play in today's game because they are not skilled enough. For example, Bill Laimbeer. You're talking about a 6'10" white center who can't play, make, shoot threes, or guard the perimeter. How many of them are in today's game right now? The answer is 0. They're going to play you off the floor. That has nothing to do with fouls. We're talking about skill sets. Now, some of these takes I just can't get with. I'll be honest. Like, Michael Jordan had a left hand. We can relax. Mike had a left hand. Clyde Drexler didn't have a left hand. He was still a pretty damn good player without one. When we start getting into extremes, like these 90 players are going to be able to come into this league and average 35 points a game, like, stop it, bro. Stop it. Like, even from a mathematical standpoint, that shit don't make no damn sense. It's players that couldn't consistently get the 25 points a game that get a podcast mic in front of them, and all of a sudden you would have came into the modern NBA and got 90 a game. Stop it, bro. Stop it. Now, as far as the Jordan versus LeBron debate, I've always had the same answer. LeBron James is my GOAT because the Michael Jordan I watched in real time played for the Wizards. To me, that's a very simple debate. I don't have to go back and forth with y'all. If Jordan's your GOAT, cool. If Bron's your GOAT, cool. If Kobe's your GOAT, cool. Kareem, Magic, whoever your greatest player of all time is, awesome. Mazel tov. That's all you. And at this point in NBA discourse, nobody's going to change their mind. And how do you expect me? My first conscious basketball memory, the first game I could remember vividly watching in real time, was the 2000 NBA Finals, Allen Iverson Sixers versus the Shaq and Kobe Lakers. By that time, Mike was already retired and LeBron was 3 or 4 years away from even entering the league. So I've watched LeBron's entire career. That's still happening. How do you expect me to think anyone else is the greatest player ever when I've been watching every step of this process? I'm a Celtics fan. I've been on the receiving end of a lot of this process. So just to wrap this up in a nice, pretty neat bow, it's so funny every single time that I watch the older generation that calls my generation and younger so sensitive and these kids can't handle criticism and they think they're right all the time. The moment y'all have started catching the heat that y'all have been giving us our entire lives, oh my God, full-blown meltdowns. Barbershops across the world are on fire. My man, what's my man name? Chilltown Sports on Twitter. Not on Twitter, on TikTok, old head dude, gray hair dude. Y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Sit on this couch, talk game. I rock with OG. But at the same time, watching him have full-blown meltdowns on TikTok Live, that's a tough look, my guy. That's a tough look. And I say that to you and your entire generation. That's a real tough look on y'all part, man. I need y'all to get it together.